Now, I want to close this first part by going back just one more time to this idea of the gestures that you have, these sort of physiological gestures that help you support each tonality, and how you can use your physiology, essentially, to trigger the tonalities you want, whether you're on the phone or in person. So if I want to be certain, I have this thing I do. I go like this. As soon as I'm certain, I always, if I get like kind of hyped up on something, I'll say, believe me, and I will actually smack my hand into the back of my other hand, right? Now, I can actually do this either way. Either I can get certain in my head first, make my tone certain, and then this follows, or I can actually lead with the movement. Now, for you, certainly might be something different. So what you need to do is you go home tonight and just, talk about something, anything like the sun rising that you're certain about. I just know that sun is going to rise tomorrow morning. That sun always rises, it's going to rise, and you'll notice that when you talk about something, you'll notice you make a gesture. And either watch yourself in a mirror and see what you do, or have your wife or your partner or whatever it might be, someone that can help you just to analyze what you're doing, give you feedback, and you'll notice that you can link a gesture to pretty much every tonality that you make. So first is certainty. Next is scarcity, where you lower. See, for me, it's like almost I pray and I narrow my eyes. Listen, there's only 5 of these left, or believe me, if you do this now, and I'm just making it, that's implying that something's in short supply, it's urgent. Right? And with that goes along, of course, is that tone of it being a secret, you're whispering. I've had situations where I'm training people, like, in a group setting, and some woman she could not actually lower her voice and tell a secret. I said, tell a secret. Well, Jordan, the reason that you should be, I'm like, no, lower your voice. She goes, oh, I'm sorry, Jordan. Well, the reason, she could not lower her voice. So I said, do me a favor. I want you to narrow your eyes as much as possible and squeeze your fingers together like this. So she's like this. Well, Jordan, and as soon as she used the physiological anchor, it triggered the tonality. Notice what I do, and then go home and notice what you do, either in the mirror or have someone watch. You'll see that you make these certain gestures that help you elicit each tonality. Okay? So that's something you gotta do for yourself, because it simply is gonna make it so much easier for you. So let's just say you're in a situation you're really not feeling that certain. You're just not in a state of certainty. But you know that in order to get the client over the line, you're gonna have to sound absolutely certain. What you're gonna do is you're gonna fire off that physiological anchor, it's called, where you just, bing, you're just anchored into that, and you just get yourself into a state of absolute certainty, or absolute scarcity, or the reasonable man tone, where you can say, got a minute? And your hands go up in the air. Each tonality has its own gesture. Yours slightly different than mine, but we all have them. And when you hook those two together, the appropriate physiology with the appropriate tonality, and use the right words, guess what? That's pure straight line communication. That's communicating on all levels, not just with the words. And when you do that, along with the tactics you're going to learn in terms of how you actually take someone down the straight line, so to speak, from the open to the close, and get them from a state of uncertainty to absolute certainty, again, you get to that spot where you can close pretty much everyone who's closable. So now either you could take a quick break here and assimilate some of this knowledge, or I suggest you plow right into the body language section of this module. How to actually move your body, how to use your body to help you get into that super tight rapport with somebody, and essentially get to that high level of communication that we strive for with the straight line, which is total congruency of words, body, and tonality. See you soon.